So hi everyone and welcome to Swell Sculpture Festival 2020. We're here down on the beautiful Currumbin Beach and this year Swell is celebrating 18 years. We'd like to take you on a walk and show you what's on offer. So beginning at this end, we've got this beautiful work here by Gabrielle Rosati. She lives in the Byron Bay Shire, and we have here Adam and Eve, which are contemporary abstract figures of Adam and Eve. They're really awesome. As you can see, it's kind of heading to dusk at the moment, and there's lots of families around. Everyone's having a wonderful time. Swell connects people, art and place, and as you can see, people just love it. They come down and have a wonderful time. Here we have our beautiful lighting guide, Danilo, figuring the lights for tonight. This work here is by John Anthony Forno. And it's an origami based piece symbolizing the wonderful animal instincts of survival from the bushfires that were that happened last January. And just wait for the machine to go by. John Anthony Forno has created origami workshops, which is available on our website, and you can make a koala which is inspired by this sculpture. So Swell being in its 18th year, we are so proud. I think we've exhibited 920 odd large-scale sculptures over the years and worked with thousands of artists. This work here is called The Umbrella Effect, and it actually won the Artist Peer Award this year. The Artist Peer Award is voted for by the artists themselves, and this work is created by a trio of wonderful emerging artists. They exhibited last year as well, and we're very proud of their work. It's very cool. They light up beautifully at night, so we invite you to come at night time as well. Lots of the sculptures light up, and it lends itself to a completely different feel, whether it's sunrise, sunset, middle of the day, moonrise.
How did you come up with the concept of Swell?
So my colleague Natasha Edwards was the co-founder. Her and her girlfriend Kylie thought to themselves, you know what, we would really love to bring art to the people. We love going to art galleries, but not everybody enjoys that kind of feeling. So they thought, let's put sculptures on the beach where kids can run around, families can come, artists can show their flair, tell their stories, and be a part of something really special. So they did it. They put their pitch together. I think they had 20 works in their first year. And 18 years later, Tash is still the queen of Swell and has worked with many, many artists. And it's a wonderful legacy, actually, to the Gold Coast arts and culture scene. So many artists make their first application. They think, I've always wanted to do this, so they apply to be in Swell. And it's a lifting, it's a platform that begins their careers. So we have an open application, anyone can apply to be in Swell. And so there's emerging, mid-career and professional artists, and they all bounce off each other and evolve and grow and share ideas. It's really awesome. This work here is by Carl DeWaal, and it's a monument to the road builders. Carl feels like the road builders aren't really acknowledged enough, and actually we all should pay our huge respects. It stands at 7 meters tall. Carl's a wonderful contemporary artist based in Brisbane. He's exhibited in Swell quite a few times. We love Carl's work. We never know what to expect each year. As you can see, people are surfing, people are walking their dogs, families are down here together sharing a lovely afternoon. Over here to our left we have a very contemporary work by an emerging artist, Aaron Chapman. Aaron talks about how the bed is the place that we spend a third of our lives, and how it's sort of a place that we create dreams, we have dreams. It's a very important place. Over here we have an amazing artwork created by Robert Gunther from northern New South Wales. Robert took out the Emerging Artist Award this year, which he's very proud of. This piece is so beautiful and it's so fitting to Currumbin Beach. Many, many people are resonating with it. It was awesome when Robert pulled up with his truckload of pieces for his amazing sculpture. And we have 150 volunteers that work with us each year. And I think it was about 6 volunteers got in there and helped him put it all together. And it was such a beautiful, beautiful journey for all of them, because look at the work, it's just gorgeous. Here we have a work by John Mazurki. John is an artist from Townsville. He talks about, he's a boat builder, and he loves it when time comes for him to make sculpture and share it with the public. It's such a beautiful experience, because as a boat builder it's so private and you're on your own and you're working really hard, and this way he gets to tell creative stories and share them with the public. This work is called Fluid Air, and it's to remember form and movement, and it reflects birds and water and fish and how they all kind of move in a similar way. So it's called Fluid Air. Up here we have this amazing sculpture by Jacqueline Damon, and this work has had quite an adventure to get here. Jacqueline lives in the bubble but works out of the bubble, so she couldn't actually come for installation this year, but a beautiful team of representatives has put this amazing sculpture together for Jacqueline. And it has quite amazing meaning. It's called Sorrow, and it's to reflect all the lives that are affected by tall ships that bring people to Australia, whether it was in the past, whether it was people being trafficked, or whether it was, Europeans that came to Australia. It's got a very, very beautiful story. It's made of organza silk, and it just captures the wind in such a glorious way. It's more or less a ghost ship, and it's a very, very wonderful work, and hats off to Jacqueline. And actually, because Swell is an open invitation and there's absolutely no theme, we don't theme the exhibition, but each year common themes pop up, or common messaging, and often it's to do with the sea, because we are an exhibition by the sea. There's often messages of the environment or political messages, really important messages, and each artwork tells its own story, and then together for the 10 days they collectively make one story. It's always really awesome to see them all come together and become the exhibition. So over here we have Anomaly by Philip Darnton. This piece reflects the light so beautifully and is based on the negative space. So the work hangs inside the frame, captures the light and dances in the sun, the moon. When the sun rises, it's amazing. When the sun sets, it's amazing. And it signifies an explosion, a fragment, a moment in time. And lots of the works this year are reflective of, crisis that happen in our lives. So the bushfires, and now, of course, COVID-19. So lots of them invite us to take a moment and reflect and think about what's important to us. And then up here we have the wonderful #Life Bridge. Now this piece is created by 3 wonderful people, Human Jafar, Taylor Jardine and Cole Newper. And they tell a beautiful story about them creating this, what seemed an absolutely enormous sculpture to them in their studio, this 11-meter long bridge. And when you bring works down to the beach, they become seemingly not so large anymore. This piece in a gallery would take up an entire room, and on the beach, so it's inviting things to come together, people to communicate and to be genuine with each other. This particular collaboration of artists are going to continue their works, and they're always going to begin their works with the word life. Last year they had Life Tree, this year it's Life Bridge. And they're architects by trade, architects and a builder. And again, they find exhibiting sculpture super fun and enlightening, and a lovely accompaniment to their what is normally quite a serious and meeting a brief and meeting a client's needs, to then being able to create something that tells their story and invites people in, and it's all a lot of fun. So we have 40 works in Swell Sculpture Festival this year on the beach, and we have the Smalls Gallery at the Dust Temple in Currumbin, which has 37 maquettes of these larger works. We also have Westerly Swell at Mudgeeraba, Easterly Swell at Chevron Island, and Northerly Swell at Helensvale. So we're calling it our Dali Compass. So we've got exhibitions and pop-up exhibitions at all 4 points of the compass here on the Gold Coast. So here we have a beautiful work by Jasmine Mansbridge. Jasmine lives in Victoria, so it's quite spectacular that we have her work here. She created it through the COVID lockdown. She is an amazing artist and flat packed her work, shipped it up here and got some friends to install it for her. All of our artists, particularly this year, have said that being a part of Swell and being a part of a creative journey has just made everything, it's wonderful to be a part of something, especially during these difficult times. So we're so proud to have Jasmine's work here. It's a thought to take. You think about what you might imagine and imagine that you're inside the work. It's very popular. It looks so beautiful at sunrise, sunset, all through the day. A really, really wonderful work. And up here, this amazing orange piece over here is created by Clayton Blake. Clayton is a very successful artist. He has exhibited at Burning Man quite a few times in the States, and he is known for his really large scale, awesome works. Again, we never know what Clayton's going to come up with from year to year or time he exhibits in different exhibitions. This piece is called Contortion, and whilst it looks super fun and playful, he often has quite a deep message behind his works. So they might be about domestic violence, or this particular work is Contortion because it talks about the twisting and the nodding and not being necessarily always told the truth. Again, about genuine connections and being transparent kind of thing. It stands at 7 meters tall. He's actually doing a photo shoot right now. It's a lot of fun. And we have our awesome all access matting coming out here to the beach, which we're really proud to provide for people in wheelchairs, prams, people who might, have sore hips or whatever. So we try and be all inclusive here at Swell.
Can we get a few just so we get more of these? Almost there, Nico.
This is one of our Swell photographers, Pete. This is Clayton himself.
You missed out on our smoke. There's a bit of smoke in there.
Hey, Naka!
Our model bailed. So.
So thanks for coming on this walk with me. We've walked up the beach. It's been amazing. So here we have a work by Stephen Newton. Stephen Newton is a well-known sculptor. We're very proud to have his work here this year. He also has a work at Wesley Swell, which is amazing as well. Stephen makes his works. This one, it's the bones of a ship, and it's made out of repurposed pier wood from piers. He burns his work. It's a very quite a sensitive, beautiful work that I think is created to make us all contemplate and stand and listen and think about the sea, think about the history, and think about what is important to all of us. Isn't it beautiful?
Daddy! Mommy! Daddy! Daddy! Puppy!
So Stephen says about this work, set out to resemble the wreck of a ship, this sight-inspired work invites the viewer to consider real and symbolic journeys of the self and of others. This vessel has been affected by fire, an agent of transformation, signifying a future never reached or a past never escaped. It's made of panther laurel, and it's so fitting here on Currumbin Beach.
How did you choose Currumbin to be the location?
So 18 years ago, Natasha and Kylie, they lived here in Currumbin, so I think it just felt very natural for them at their local beach where they sailed and surfed and brought their kids, and they grew up here, and it's just always been Currumbin. But now we are thrilled to be extending our footprint as well. Currumbin is a very sleepy beach most of the year, and then Swell rolls in onto the shores, brings all this marvelous art, and it's always beautiful. And when Swell rolls in, it becomes a contemporary outdoor gallery, and it's a very special time. It signifies the beginning of spring. We're always in September, and the community and the visitors love coming down and spending time with their family and friends, discussing the works, learning new things, being inspired, I guess. It's such a fun thing to do. Over here we have Christopher Trotter's work, Foreigner, which is really awesome. There's some beautiful family over there exploring. Christopher Trotter has a solo retrospective exhibition at the moment, which is our Easterly Swell, and if you get a chance to go up there, we highly recommend it. It's really awesome on Chevron Island. Christopher has exhibited at Swell. This, I think, is his 18th year. He's a wonderful sculptor and a great inspiration to all of us. His work is industrial, contemporary, and again always has a strong, awesome message. And then down here on Currumbin Rock. We have Mari Harata's work. Mari took out the major award this year, so we're very proud and she's very happy. She's created these beautiful little beings. They're sentinels and they're almost urchins or succulents or mollusks growing on the rock. They sort of subtly accompany the rock, which is something different to the bold sculptures that have been sitting on Currumbin Rock previously. And the way the colour pops is just amazing. So here we have the sun setting over Currumbin Creek, reflecting onto Christopher Trotter's work there. People surfing, people walking their dogs. It's so beautiful. So just up the pathway here we have a beautiful work by Brian Bertram. Brian is an amazing sculptor. He and his wife worked together to create their works. Last year Brian exhibited this enormous fish, which was guppy. It was 10 meters long. You wound a handle and its mouth opened and shut. It was very interactive. And this year he's made this very sophisticated piece, which is fiberglass birds that are kind of a completely different texture. We love Brian's work. He's an amazing man. So this is called Swamp Hens, and it's 3 beautiful swamp hens intertwined together, and they're sitting here at Currumbin Alley with the city backdrop for all of us to come and explore. There's a beautiful patina on them. They're different from every angle. It's a really cool work. Brian makes his sculptures from home, and especially again through COVID, it was a really wonderful journey for him and his wife because they were in lockdown and creating this amazing sculpture. So really, really awesome. And then as we walk around the corner here to the beach at Currumbin Alley, we have 2 more amazing works. We have work created by a local sculptor, Guy Cooper, and it's called Guardians of the Gold Coast. And the story behind this work is that Guy has spent time in Gold Coast hospitals with journeys of illness, and he's paying his respects to the wonderful health workers, the social workers, the police, the people that help us all every day. So this is called Guardians of the Gold Coast, and it's a beautiful piece that's kind of symbolising a lifeguard tower with beautiful, beautiful wings attached. And he hand cut all of these in his studio, and made the wings, even though they're made of steel, look so soft and beautiful. It's a wonderful sculpture and a wonderful tribute and a beautiful story. They did a great job. And then down here, I'll just Isn't that awesome? The feathers, they don't look to me like they're made of steel. They look soft and feathery. It's done a wonderful, wonderful job. So we had around about 20 artists that couldn't make it this year due to COVID, and we're really paying our respects to those wonderful artists. And they'll be back next year. Due to border closures and all of that kind of thing, as with everything in life, it's been really challenging. So yeah, we send our thanks and our appreciation to all the artists who couldn't make it this year. So up here we have Lobsterari. It's a very contemporary, abstract, cool artwork by Giuseppe Filato. This work talks about how waste is a huge problem and that humans should be trying as giant deep sea creatures and other animals to adapt and change to their environments. This work is amazing. It's so cool. It looks amazing at night, looks amazing in the morning. We're so proud of Giuseppe and his crazy ideas. He's amazing. The lobsterari here on Currumbin Beach. And that is totally the beauty of Swell. So different. They're different sizes, different scale, and together they're here to delight us and to let us all explore and investigate our imaginations. So Swell is on from now until the 20th of September. We invite you all to come down and enjoy. Come and see for yourselves.